Hey, what's up, fellows? Yes, it's me. If you're trying to start an IT career, there's one skill that matters more than the certifications. Not networking commands, not cloud platforms, not memorizing exam questions. The skill that actually gets you hired in IT is troubleshooting. Because in the real world of IT support, you're not hired to recite the information. You're hired to solve problems. Users call help desk because something is usually broken. A laptop will not start, a printer will not print, VPN will not connect, or an employee cannot access a shared drive. And in that moment, nobody cares how many certifications you have. They care about only one thing. Can you figure out what's wrong and fix it? As an IT manager who has hired entry-level IT technicians, I can tell you something important. When I interview candidates, I'm not looking for someone who knows everything. I'm looking for someone who knows how to approach a problem. In this video, I'm going to teach you the exact troubleshooting process used in the real IT environment. This is the same structured thinking that experienced IT professionals use every day. And once you understand this process, you'll be able to troubleshoot almost any IT help desk ticket. So if you are preparing for your first IT job or you want to become better at solving IT problems, watch this video until the end, because this process might become the most valuable IT skill in your entire IT career. Are you ready for this? Let's dig. Before we talk about the IT troubleshooting process, we need to talk about the biggest mistakes IT beginners make. When something breaks, beginners immediately try to guess the solution. They jump straight into random fixes like restarting the computer, reinstalling software, changing settings, running commands. But here's the problem with the guessing. If you don't understand the cause of the problem, you can't reliably fix it. And even worse, you might make the issue worse. Professional IT troubleshooting is not about guessing. It's about methodical thinking. Experienced IT technicians follow a process which looks like this. Understand the problem, gather information, test assumptions, isolate the cause, fix the issue, and document the solution. This process works whether you're fixing a printer problem, a VPN connection issue, a user login issue, a network outage, or a cloud access problem. Once you understand the process, every ticket becomes easier to solve. Here's the exact framework used by professional IT teams. The 6-step troubleshooting process is: step number 1, understand the problem. Step number 2, ask the right questions. Step number 3, reproduce the issue. Step number 4, check the basics first. Step number 5, isolate the cause. And last but not least, document the solution. This simple framework is powerful because it keeps you from panicking when something breaks. Instead of guessing, you follow the process. Now let's go through each step. The first step is understanding what a user is actually experiencing. And this is where beginners often get confused, because the user description is not always accurate. For example, a user might say, "My internet is broken." But the real problem could be Wi-Fi disconnect, VPN not connected, DNS issue, network cable unplugged, and firewall blocking access. The user is describing the symptoms, not the cause. Your job is to translate the symptoms into a technical problem. So the first thing you should do is read the ticket carefully, or listen to the user carefully what they're saying. Look for the important details. Understanding the problem clearly saves enormous time later in the troubleshooting process. Once you understand the issue, the next step is asking the right questions. This is one of the most important skills in IT. Good questions help you gather information quickly. Some of the most powerful troubleshooting questions include: when did the problem start? Did anything change recently? Is anybody else experiencing the same problem? What error message did you receive? And what were you doing when the problem occurred? Let me give you a real example. A user says, I cannot access the shared drive. Instead of immediately trying to fix the permissions, you ask, can other users access the shared drive? Can you access it from another computer? What error message do you see? When did it start? Those questions may reveal that the server is down, the network connection failed, the user account permissions changed, and the drive mapping disappeared. Without asking questions, you might troubleshoot the wrong thing. The next step is trying to reproduce the issue. This means confirming that the problem actually exists. Sometimes users report problems that are already resolved. Other times the issue happens only under certain conditions. For example, a user says Outlook is not syncing email, but when you test Outlook, everything works fine. That tells you something very important. The issue may be only happening on their device. Reproducing the issue helps you confirm that you're troubleshooting the correct problem. Professional IT teams often troubleshoot like this: logging in as a user, accessing the system from another computer, checking the same resource from a different network. If the problem can be reproduced consistently, it becomes much easier to isolate. This step might sound simple, but it saves massive time. Always check the basic things first. You'd be surprised how many IT issues are caused by simple things, like computer simply needs a restart, network cable unplugged, Wi-Fi disconnected, account locked or password expired, VPN is not connected, or a printer is just simply offline. Experienced technicians always verify the obvious before diving into complex troubleshooting. Now we move into the core of troubleshooting, isolating the root cause. This means identifying where the problem exists. Most IT issues fall into one of these categories: user problems, device problems, network problems, application problems, or server problem. For example, imagine a user cannot access a shared drive. You start isolating the problem. Can other users access the drive? If yes, the server is working. Can the same user access it from another computer? If yes, the device might be the problem. Is the user part of the correct group in Active Directory? If not, permissions is the problem. Isolation is like detective work. You eliminate possibilities until only one explanation remains. Once you isolate the cause, fixing the issue becomes straightforward. The final step is documentations, and this is something beginners rarely practice. Every ticket you close should include clear notes. Documentation should answer 3 questions. What was the issue? What troubleshooting steps were taken? And what fixed the problem? Documentation is important because it helps future technicians solve similar problems faster, creates a record of changes, and improves knowledge sharing across the IT team. Good documentation makes you a valuable technician. Let me leave you with this. The best IT professionals are not the ones who know most commands. They're the ones who know how to approach a problem calmly and logically. Troubleshooting is not about guessing, it's about thinking. And the more you practice this process, the more confident you will become solving real IT issues. So if you are preparing for your first IT job, start practicing. Create lab problems, simulate help desk issues, and follow this troubleshooting framework. Because once you master the process, you won't just know IT, you'll know how to solve problems. And that's the skill that gets people hired. If this content helped you, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourselves and others around you, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.